Rahul Vatsji, Chief Regulatory Officer, Bharti Airtel, Pankaj Chaturvedi ji, and seated before me, all the important functionaries that have made this revolution of communications, telecom and broadband possible in our country in order for us to leapfrog and lead the world in this new digital frontier. This morning I'm truly honored to be part of this ISP conclave, a conclave that has been regularly held over the last 2 decades by an organization and a group of people that have provided a seminal input contribution to the technology revolution in India. And therefore today, while I am very proud to be here at the second India ISP conclave, my presence here is not only to just discuss the pure mechanics of broadband, but to really celebrate the arrival of a new India, a digital Bharat that has risen from the heartlands and from the highlands, from India's deserts to India's deltas, from India's villages to India's cities. So whether you look at it from Barmer to Rajasthan, from the whispering mountains of the northeast, which I represent today, the pulse of our nation is being rewired by each one of you. One fiber, one frequency, one family at a time. So my heartiest congratulations to all of you seated before me this morning. Times have changed. And what used to be considered as luxuries in yesteryears today have become necessities for the progress of mankind. And broadband falls into exactly that category. Broadband is no longer a luxury. Broadband, if you need to characterize it, broadband today is the oxygen of opportunity. The oxygen of opportunity that has the capability to turn 1 billion dreams into reality. What used to be an impediment in the Industrial Revolution, which used to be capital. Capital today is fungible. Capital today has become a commodity. It is ideas that reign supreme. And broadband is that highway that allows ideas to emanate from the smallest village to become the role business models that will transform our planet today. And you, ladies and gentlemen, are the builders of that digital highway. You, ladies and gentlemen, are the ones that strengthen the hands, the hearts, and the minds of 1.4 billion of Bharat Mata's citizens. And therefore today, when we look at the transformation that you have unleashed, imagine a young girl in Nagaland sketching animated characters in a virtual art studio. A spirited entrepreneur in Kochi doing AI coding in a shared office atmosphere. A doctor treating patients through telemedicine in the Sundarbans, while the fury of the monsoon rages outside. If anyone has empowered any of those actions, it is you, the providers of broadband across the length and breadth of our country, the arterial lines that you have been able to provide. So my salutations to all of you seated in the audience today. And as I mentioned before, the landscape has transformed. In the early 1990s, when broadband was the right of only a few thousand, in came reform, deregulation, enabling an environment of equity, enabling an environment of ubiquitousness. And today, as Charya ji said, we have over 2,000 ISPs in India, from big telecom giants to my rural entrepreneur, all providing that vast value-added service to every single citizen across the length and breadth of our country. And therefore, in the hands of each one of you lies the capability of ensuring resilience, ensuring reach, and ensuring creativity. Today, where on the one hand, we have achieved a lot over the last decade. Mobile broadband and wireline broadband both have advanced very, very rapidly. We have 97 crore internet users, of which 40 crores reside in rural India. 400 million, more than the population of the United States. And that truly is a big market going forward. And while we look at that, it's also important to look at the challenge of wireline broadband, the penetration of which is only close to about 9% today. We have come a long way. From close to about 4.62 lakh 5G base stations across the length and breadth of India, encompassing 99% of our districts. Our OFC fiber footprint has grown to 41 lakh kilometers, from 11 lakh kilometers a decade ago. We're expanding the backbone of our innovation-led economy. And this exponential connectivity that has been brought about, whether we look at our telecom network, our broadband network, our internet connections, combined with the rapidly falling costs, where 1 GB of data used to cost 287 rupees, today it costs only about 9 rupees. At 11 cents, India is the cheapest data provider in the world today. The average global cost is $2.59. If data today is liquid gold, if data today is black oil, then India is the home of that liquid gold and black oil. Because at 5% of international costs, there is no reason why India should not be the data capital of the world. The Prime Minister has very clearly said that if this is India's century, and it truly is India's century, India has grown in 1 decade from the 11th largest economy in the world to the 5th largest economy in the world. And just 5 days ago, we have now moved from the 5th largest economy in the world to the 4th largest economy in the world. And by 2027, thanks to all of you, we will move from being the 4th largest economy in the world to being... Can I have a more resounding crowd? The Prime Minister's resolve of Viksit Bharat. If this is going to be India's century, then this, as the Prime Minister has always said, is going to be India's decade. And today it is our resolve, a sector that today provides 7% of India's GDP, a sector that is growing not at 8% CAGR, not at 10% CAGR, but between 14 to 16% decadal CAGR. I'm very fortunate, Charyaji. I represent and I am at the service of 2 sectors. One, telecom, growing at an internet service provision growing at 14 to 16% CAGR. And the other, the Northeast. And all my 8 states, not 1, not 2, not 4, not 6, all my 8 states growing at between 12 to 13% CAGR. So I have to work twice as harder for both of you. And therefore, with the Prime Minister's resolve, we started NBM 1.2. And that NBM 1.0 has connected 212,000 panchayats across the length and breadth of our country. And due to that, our cable network industry has doubled. Our cable network industry has doubled. Our mobile towers have grown from close to about 5 lakhs to about 8 lakhs. Our broadband subscriptions from 66 crore to 94 crores only in this 5-year period where NBM 1.0 was enunciated and executed from 2019 to 2024. This is the growth only in 5 years. 5.37 lakh towers to 8.14 lakh towers, 66 crore subscribers to 94 crore subscribers, doubling of the cable industry. Imagine what will happen when we are going forward today to execute NBM 2.2. 1,39,000 crores worth of investment by the government of India. $16.9 billion. The largest governmental investment in the world to provide network to each and every village across the length and breadth of our country. And that NBM 2.0 will provide connectivity to the balance 2.64 lakh villages. And the Prime Minister has resolved that through NBM 2.0, we must connect every single village, but not only every single village. We must connect every single school, and we must connect every single hospital. Because it is our fiduciary responsibility. भारत के एक एक नागरिक को स्वास्थ्य और शिक्षा की सुविधा अगर हम दे दें, केवल आधुनिक नहीं, केवल विश्व स्तरीय नहीं, लेकिन एक इनोवेशन की क्षमता के साथ, तो वो एक एक नागरिक भारत की विकास और प्रगति स्वतः ही सुनिश्चित करेगा। ये प्रधानमंत्री जी का संकल्प और उनका विश्वास है। And therefore, much like the digital highway that you have built, this NBM 2.0 will be a purveyor of that. Will be that 8-lane highway that you physically see in its digital form. And it is our resolve through NBM 2.0, what we have learned from our experience at NBM 1.2. And there are many learnings that have come from there. Linear topology versus ring topology, ensuring maintenance is part of the network project. Not only CapEx, but also OpEx should be part of it. And there are many learnings. But we are committed today in NBM 2.0 to ensure two things. 95% uptime and a minimum of 100 Mbps speed across the whole network. And that will provide our mission of inclusion, our mission of empowerment, and our mission of a bold leap forward for an interconnected Bharat. So today, while we look at the possibilities going forward, I certainly believe that our internet service providers have a very, very important role to play. Because in this world today, the future will not arrive with fanfare. The future will arrive with fiber and with connectivity. And therefore the future of India is in your hands. I firmly believe that new technologies, fiber to the home, Wi-Fi 6E, Wi-Fi 7, the government is walking with you, side by side. We have just delicensed 500 megahertz in our 6 gigahertz spectrum. And that 500 megahertz will roll out these new next generation technologies like Wi-Fi 6E, Wi-Fi 7, which will result in not just higher speeds, ultra latency, seamless capacity, transformative experience, and it will fundamentally change the way that we connect, the way that we converse, and the way that we create going forward. We've lately been accustomed to the concept of WFH, work from home, due to COVID. But with this technology, offices will no longer be the hub of innovation. Our homes, each individual home, each rural hamlet will become the hub of innovation in the days to come. I really believe that broadband is no longer a pipeline, but broadband is a platform for progress. Now we have to ensure that this platform for progress reaches every hand, lights every home, and reaches every corner of our country. And therefore, if that is our resolve, you are no longer the vendors of data. Every corporate, every company, every organization sets its vision. From that vision, the derivative is its mission. And from that mission, you derive your goals. You are no longer vendors of data. If at all you are something, you are the engineers of equity. You are the builders of bridges. And you are the keepers of the digital flame of India. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I request you to harness BharatNet as well. Evolve collaborated fiber sharing models, empower local entrepreneurs through the VNO frameworks, lead digital onboarding for our elderly, our children, our women, showing them this gateway of opportunity. And let's truly create a digital Bharat. Reimagine connectivity not necessarily as a commodity, but a constitutional commitment. And if that is our goal, I would suggest to you 6 foundational pillars on which our mission has to be based. If our vision is engineers of equity, builders of bridges, then our mission has to be based on 6 foundational pillars. First, affordability. What does that mean? There should be no pocket that is too small to connect. Second, availability. What does that mean? Where people live, networks must follow. Third, accessibility. What does that mean? A network that is designed for all languages, all ages, and all abilities. Fourth, quality. What does that mean? No more buffering, only blazing speeds. Fifth, safety. What does that mean? A secure, trusted digital network for all. And sixth, lastly, emerging technology, which means AI, IoT, and satellite reaching the last mile. If this is our mission, let's build a nation together where no child is left offline, no village remains invisible, and no dream is out of reach. In the Prime Minister's words, and I quote, "Technology is not an agent of inequality, but a bridge to opportunity," unquote. So let's build that bridge together. Strong, inclusive, and future ready. Jai Hind.